In the name of God the Almighty, peace to you. Tonight I will speak about a crisis that has been worsening since 2017, the crisis of the Rohingya people between Myanmar and Bangladesh. I will start with this crisis talking about current events because it's a crisis that gives us a big hint about what's really going bad in this world. First of all, the Rohingya people, according to statistics, official statistics from the countries they live in, they form nearly hardly 2 million people. 2 million people, still maybe 700,000 of them lives in Myanmar, while 1,300,000 have been relocating or were forced to relocate to Bangladesh, which is a very dense and populated country. It's a country with nearly 165 million people. That's nearly half of the population of the United States of America. So, and recently uh, the Bangladesh or the Bengal authorities have decided to move a portion of this Rohingya population into a small island in the sea, which is an island that's very low, uh, has very low surface. That means at any large wave or any strong rain, heavy rain, the area will be completely inundated. So they are really in real danger, especially now when everybody expecting with the global warming that many islands will already disappear. So first of all, the main problem comes from the country of origin, which is Myanmar, previously called Burma, and that country is mainly of Buddhist population. Only speaking here about not the ethnic origin. I'm speaking about the demographically about religion. So I don't understand how a Buddhist, a real Buddhist, would accept such behavior from his government because I have read all types of books about Buddhism and I didn't find anything that could incite to violence or into racism and all these things. So these people are ashamed on Buddhism in general. I mean here the Myanmar government and the population. However, this decision by the authorities have been going on under the eyes of a Nobel Peace Laureate called Aung San Suu Kyi, and it's another proof that the Nobel prizes have been going on lately. I mean, at least for the last 3 decades, for people who speak too much about peace, but on the ground they do nothing. So this woman did nothing to attempt even to fix the problem. So these population and even the people of other countries, no one even protested for the sake of their rights. And if we want to take the topic from a religious point of view, leave the humanitarian side aside. From a religious point of view, Let us say the Muslim countries should take this population and divide it among them. If we want to talk about tribalism and religion and labels and all. And I looked about each and every country how much they take in from these refugees. Hardly, I mean, in the Arab countries, you can maybe find Saudi Arabia or somewhere who took some 300,000 or something of them. That's the largest number. And all the other 50,000, something like that. And it's funny that Canada, with all this vast land they have, they just take in 10 or 20 refugees. According to the official numbers on Wikipedia, I don't know, but they must be correct because they keep updating it. And Australia took some 200 or something. So we are dealing with a crisis, with a humanitarian crisis. But as I said, if we want to speak about that, the Muslim countries should take in these refugees because they are Muslims. As I said, some countries tried to do something, but their effort are too minor, while other states like Turkey, for example, just also has a large uh, also has a vast land. They didn't take any of these refugees. So we are having problem whether if I want to agree with you that your religion is correct, which is not the case. No religion is correct. You didn't make any real efforts to do so. While in any conflict, you are ready to fight one another, and kill one another, and remove one another from the land. This about the Muslim countries. Then, if we want to speak about the Christian countries who or the Christian population who believe that some kind of mini God or the Son of God called Jesus, he would come and take them out of their misery by a magic wand just because they are labeled Christian. So he will come on an airport and they will come, we are the Christians, take us. So these people who believe that someone will come from heavens to take them out of their misery, regardless of their deeds, how bad or good they were, they don't give a damn about to attempt to try to take this population, which is 2 million people. They can easily be divided on all continents and in different countries and be given permanent homes and such. The Let us continue. So the Christians didn't want to take these people out of their misery, what they could. I personally know in Lebanon, for example, the 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 town of my birth or my parents' birth is a populated town, like every Muslim area in the world, because they believe in shit. They don't use their minds at all. While there other villages around who are Christian, and they are very rich, and they are mostly people are living in Canada or Australia or United States or Europe, and their houses are empty, large houses, empty houses, almost all. Maybe they visit once every 5 years, they stay a month or so. So there are plenty of empty houses. That's just an example. I'm giving you an example of area I know very well. So if these people have been taken in gradually or being divided in order to take care of these houses, at least they can be built small rooms for them next to the houses if you don't want them to take over the houses completely. There are plenty of examples for solutions that could be taken into account. As I said, no one wants to make the effort. It's not me, not my family, why I should bother. So the people are not giving doing any effort, and the governments, I mean all these Amnesty International and all these UN organizations, they are just there to report the problem. We have a problem, we are worried, and that's it. They never give true solutions. And there's plenty of organizations, humanitarian organizations, who call you for money to buy food and and the basics for these people, for these refugees, and there are plenty of camps all over the place. But all these are temporary solutions because the food will be finished, and the all these temporary solutions are not the solutions. You have to find a radical solution for the problem. As I said, they have to be taken and divided between countries and given permanent houses. That's how to fix the problem. That's the first step. Second step, to educate them not to give birth like there's no tomorrow. Teach them how to use condoms, for example. But this crisis has been going on since 2012 at least. But it has been, taken over the headlines in 2017, or maybe started 2015. So we are now nearly 4 years into this, and no one take any, as I said, real measures to accommodate the problem. As I said, Bangladesh is a country which is a small country area, one of the most dense countries in the world. They have their own population, nearly 165 million people, and they are taken in the camps nearly 100 1,250,000 of the Rohingya. So I'm not here saying that the government of Bangladesh have made all the possible efforts to accommodate, but I don't blame them if because they are already a poorer country and fully populated, overpopulated. So the problem must be shared by the entire world, or you have to give them where they used to live in Myanmar, a country that's completely different, as their own government, their own independence. Because if the Myanmar government do not want to behave normally towards them and count them as citizens with full rights and responsibilities. So there are plenty of areas that should be where we could make efforts in, but who bother? The United States won't bother to go, for example, punish the Burmese or the Myanmar for their behavior because they don't have anything to do or any benefit for the Americans. The Americans only move if they have something out of the war they are going to make. They don't even want to force anything on Myanmar. So here an example of what's going on in this world. Plenty of blah 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 and talking, empty talking. Conferences lead to nothing, and the UN and all these celebrities that they send all around the world, just they go there and just highlight the problem without giving any solution. Just 4 years now, and the problem is worsened, and many people could be drowned alive, and nobody's moving. So, as I said, the Muslim countries, if you want to talk about the problem religiously, they are responsible to make more efforts. And if we want to take the problem on humanitarian side, the entire world should take the refugees in if they can't force a solution on the Myanmar government. So this just a small crisis. Population is hardly 2 million people, and you cannot find a problem for it. And here I spoke about the Muslim and the Christians, and I want to speak about the Jews too. I mean, what you learned from the lesson of the Exodus with Moses, when God defended you and uh, destroyed the Pharaoh and his army. Why he defended you? Because you were weak and you were targeted for no good reason or for no reason at all. And this thing's happening for the Rohingya. What have you done for them? Did you make any effort to put pressure on Myanmar? So everybody is responsible of what's going on. Once we start fix the problem of the Rohingya people, of the people like the Rohingya, we start fixing our world. But since everybody think that everybody is everybody else's problem, we will never find solutions for anything. Or people who think that we are worthy more than these people, also they are mistaken. God doesn't work with who's knowledgeable or who's ignorant. God works with the hearts. God works with people who are humble, regardless of how much knowledge they have, how much science they are advanced with, how much wealth they accumulate, how much power they have in their military. God wants us to act godly. So, who is there to listen and act? Giving the humanitarian organization to go there and give food and all of these things are temporary things and they don't solve the problem. And even now we are reading reports that a portion that has been taken like a militia or something with arms from the Rohingya people, a portion, of course, there's always a bad portion in every population. They are taking the food and the supplies that being sent as help or as aid for the population. So when are you going to act? You people in the United Nations organizations or the governments or the people who, mainly the Mohammedans who uh, have been outraged always only by the drawings of their prophet while they never move for anything that is of substance, anything that's humanitarian. So just I'm just highlighting this crisis to see to tell you or how much you are lying to yourself and you are lying to everybody around and why God is angry from this world. Uh, so it's just I mean the solutions is very easy. They are very easy and they are there if there is will, but there is no will. We are completely behaving selfishly, completely out of touch with what's going on around us, completely out of feelings. And where are these people speaking about positivity? Oh, don't show me that, turn off the TV. It gives me negative vibrations to see people drowning, or people shouting, or people crying, or people starving. So that's it, the state of your world. This crisis gives you a huge example of everything that's going wrong with your world. regardless of your religion, regardless of your ideology, regardless of the science you believe in, regardless of anything that you hold dear. That's it from me tonight. Bye for now.